Warning: the following program contains language which some may find offensive. Some words have been censored just because of the times we live in. Listener discretion advised.
This message is being broadcast by the Department of Defense of the Republic. At 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, multiple unidentified objects were confirmed to have entered Earth's atmosphere.
I will not have sexual relations with that woman.
I am El Nino. All the tropical storms must bow before El Nino. And what you gonna do when all the media in all parts of the world revolve on you?
Because some came in the mail today.
Yeah, I did.
These nuts. Got him. Now you
Take 5.
All right, let's just make sure the audio is happening.
Take my wife.
All right,
please.
the boys are back.
We did it. I got some gushers. Thanks.
Shout
out gushers.
This week's episode is Who makes gushers? Actually, let's see.
Wait, hold on. 7 families own everything.
Yes.
Okay.
Like I want to feel like it's like
I guarantee you Nestle. I'm not going to even read it, but Nestle. My guess is Nestle.
Kellogg. Procter and Gamble.
Oh, Betty Crocker.
Betty? Oh, Betty.
Betty Crocker.
Man, she really just got her hands in all this.
Kitchen like Betty Crocker. I don't think that's a rap song, but it is.
It should be.
Yeah.
I mean, who was Betty Crocker anyways? I know that you can buy Betty Crocker stuff at the Dollar Tree.
She sounds hot.
Yeah.
I would fuck the shit out of Betty
I mean,
Crocker.
there was Aunt Jemima.
She's gone. They made us get rid of her.
There was another one.
There was Land O'Lakes.
Wasn't there another black? Wasn't there another Aunt Jemima? Like another? I feel like there was another Mrs. Butterworth.
Mrs.
Butterworth.
Yeah, she's still around.
Is she black?
Mrs. Butterworth was the house Negro. She's still around.
So, and did they know Colonel Sanders?
Yeah.
That's what I want to know.
And Colonel
and
Sanders,
Uncle Ben.
Colonel Sanders is white, right? Yeah.
Uncle Ben.
Uncle Ben is a blackie.
He makes some pretty.
Uncle Ben makes rice. You think it should be like Uncle Nguyen?
Yeah.
Uncle
Tom.
Uncle, yeah.
Uncle Tom's rice.
Yeah. Uncle Tom's rice. That'd be good.
So we want to just say thank you for tuning in to the Comedy Simp podcast.
Yes.
We are here.
We've done it. We're here. We're queer.
We're awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And
we steer
away
from Capitol Hill.
Yeah.
Because they hate gays.
It's very problematic
over
there. Our comedy is aggressively unfunny. So.
Yes.
But yeah, I had to take last week off. I really wanted to do a podcast last week, but unfortunately, it's been pretty interesting few days. I had been
friend died.
Yeah, I mean that's that's exactly what happened. Thanks for getting to the punchline already. I was trying to build up the setup there, but
I don't like it when people do that.
Yeah,
it's just like get to the point.
Yeah, get it over. Yeah. Just like the Dave Attell style, just one and done. But
yeah, we're trying to be very delicate with this portion, but we did want to bring it up. We had a producer friend who, for a little while, we didn't know what happened. We thought he took his life, but apparently he had overdosed on a fake Percocet that had fentanyl in it. But it's possible it was kind of those two go hand in hand. I think he was struggling with a lot of demons. There's a lot. He was getting a lot of pushback from the comedy scene.
Yeah, no, it's I only know the guy for 2 months, and I actually kind of thought he was I thought he was a little weird the first time I met him, but he did buy me a drink, and he was really nice, and thanked me, shook my hand, all that stuff, and said I did a good job. So.
I thought it was weird until he complimented
me, and then I was like, "You're pretty awesome.
Great.
You're like the best dude ever."
Yeah. No, he's definitely was weird. I mean,
it was
we're
a good,
all fucking weird.
But that bar, it was like it was a cool vibe. It was the first time I was there, and then I was in the comedy world. We like to do. There's this term that I don't like it, but people call it double dipping, where you go to two different places in one night. It's I don't like. I just really don't like nicknames for things at all. I think it's pretty ridiculous. I was gonna say another R word.
Why don't you like it?
I don't know, really. I like to use the words that God put down on the Bible.
This is so you're just basically being selfish. You're just like I don't like it when it's called double dipping. That's offensive.
Hey, we're in Seattle. Yeah. I'm allowed to be offended.
Yeah. No, I know. It's just funny. I respect that. I understand. It's just one of those. It's called a pet peeve, really, is what you're doing.
I just don't like it. I say, hey, I went to two places.
Yeah.
Not a double dip.
I did a double dip.
Double dippers. Hey,
yeah.
All right. A hustle spot. That's another one that I don't like, the hustle spot.
Oh, yeah. You're getting your hustle on.
But, that first night I went there, and then I went over to 4B's and had like the worst. I didn't even do a set. I had my mic cut off when I was doing my set. So that
why did you say rape or something?
I said, yep. I was singing a Nirvana song that has been on the radio
That's the one that got cut,
for 30 years. I started singing it, and I got unplugged.
Wow.
And then the host messaged me the next day and was like, "You couldn't say that in Seattle."
You're like, I was singing a song,
classic song.
It's like when you say the N-word during karaoke.
Yeah,
you're allowed to do it. I was just singing the lyrics.
50 Cent would be thrilled that I was even singing his song. You know,
he gets paid 2
per
cents,
N-word.
He gets paid 2 cents every N-word.
That
a white boy says in karaoke.
Exactly, and so that's why I like to do High All the Time from Get Rich or Die Trying. That's one of my faves. It's got a lot of N-bombs in it.
My favorite thing about the movie Get Rich or Die Trying was when he buys the Mercedes and he puts the tape deck in, and the song that's playing is Window Shopper, which didn't even come out. This show, and it's by him. How weird would that be? You buy a brand new car that you just bought from your drug money, you put the tape in, and it's you from the future singing? That would freak me the fuck out. But he didn't care. 50 was just like, hey, man, that's cool. I like it.
He's like, I've been shot.
He's like,
7
homie,
times.
I'm a window shopper.
I don't, whatever.
I don't walk with a limp. He's been hit with a few shells, but he does not walk with a limp.
Yeah. And money ain't the thing unless you party with him.
Yeah.
So
50 Cent, he is the, as far as black people go.
He's one of my favorites,
yes,
actually. Because
me too.
He roasts everybody. He's been roasting Diddy for months.
Okay. 50 Cent did the funniest thing. I hope you know this because I forget. He was beefing with somebody, but I forgot who he was beefing with. But he bought out the vent. So this guy who he was beefing with, this would be so much better if I knew.
No, it was a rapper, like a no-name rapper, right?
No, he wasn't really a no-name. It was like it was somebody big, and he bought all the tickets to the venue. So 50 Cent bought. So when the guy went to go perform it, the place was empty.
Yeah.
So it was like 50 Cent. I hate to do this, but it's just I gotta look.
No, well, we could talk a little bit more about him. I mean,
well, because I wanted to talk about 50 Cent as a black person, so we could transition to OJ.
Yes,
that's very important. But yeah, I just wanted to. He was beefing with Ja Rule.
Oh God.
Yeah. Ja Rule.
Ja Rule did a song with Metallica. It's like one of the worst songs ever made.
Yeah, I forgot. Ja Rule, kind of, you're right. He wasn't sort of known. He was big for like he had like a couple songs. I think he had a song with like Ashanti or something, and then. Whatever. Did Ashanti die?
I don't know. I think they're doing those to lay, like those casino things. It's like the sound of the 2000s now, where it's like Ja Rule.
It's crazy. Ja Rule is old school music now.
Before we move on to OJ, though, Yeah, no, man. Last week I was at that bar. I talked about it last time. I haven't really been happy with comedy, but this particular dude, I kind of liked him. I'd been talking to him for a while. He had a lot of personal things going on, and I kind of felt for him. And I felt like there was just a lot of people were being a little unfair, and so I wanted to hear the story, and I only got one side of the story, and I feel like the side of the story that I heard was the correct one because the other person didn't want to talk to me, and
the one usually the person who's withholding the information is the liar.
Yeah.
The person who has all the information is showing it to you is the truth teller. That's kind of how that one works.
Regardless of that, though, he's a nice guy. We had talked a lot about doing more stuff. I wanted to help create artwork for his open mic, and so I went I hadn't even really wanted to do comedy, but I wanted to help him, and you know, when I first watched him host, not to say that I am a top echelon comedian like yourself, but
Thank you.
I was like, I think I can help this guy a little bit, and maybe he can become a better host, and it'll just become a better show. And I really just wanted to,
well,
you know,
what I liked
kind of help him out.
About him a lot is if you were to be like, hey, are you a comedian? He would say no.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, this guy knows his place.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and I appreciate that because
a lot of other people need to take that.
Because he was right. Yeah, exactly. Like, and because you know, let's be honest, he would go up there and he would just proceed to bomb over and over, and he had like his jokes were absolutely horrible, and I would make fun of him. I would make fun of him for it. I was like, you're reading, you like cross them off on stage. It's like, oh, that one sucks, and I'm like,
I like
you should just cross them all off because they all suck.
Notebook that he had that he would flip the page. Yeah, no.
But he would say, I'm not a comedian, but I'm a karaoke guy. But anyways, either way, he definitely was a producer, and he was a networker, and he was smart as hell.
Yeah, he was telling me about some other people that he was talking to about wanting to do some more comedy stuff with other venues. So I showed up there last Thursday, and I watched a couple people, the old regulars, Michelle, Dino Dad, Noah Rubin was there. Juggalo Jake was going to be the feature.
Did Dino Dad do the tearjerker joke?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
He did the old cashew joke, though.
Yeah.
So.
Or I'm Jewish.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I was literally the next person that was supposed to go up, and then some people came from outside.
They're like,
they were up there. There's some people that arrived from outside coming into the bar, visibly upset. This guy's friend who does the sound, I could see tears already in his face, and I just knew like something bad. And then I got the news that he'd passed away, and it's I don't really take death very well because I haven't really had a lot of close people to me die. And
I had 23 people that were very close to me die in 11 months.
23?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I met them all in rehab, and we were like, they're like, this is why I am the way I am, where I'm like afraid of people, and I set up walls, and I'm like, oh, they're all gonna turn on me or leave or abandon me, because that's like when I finally started getting healthier, when I started like getting off meth. I went to rehab, and I like formed these. It was like, you know, these relationship we formed in the comedy scene, you know, but like even stronger because we're like living together and like bonding, and I'm like, these are my brothers. And then just like boom, one's dead. Like a week later, another one's dead. Like they just pop off, die. And then also some, you know, while they get back in their addiction, they turn like one of my best friends, CJ, ended up like he would like steal. He stole from me a few times before he died, and like so like it just turned really dark. And I was like, okay, so this is how people work. They take from you and then they die.
Yeah.
So I am very guarded now.
Yeah. But yeah, once I got the news, man, I had to meet up with friends and went a little hard, but made it through, and we're here today.
Yeah, and
so
well, I don't think you went too hard.
No.
You're still working at your new job. And,
yeah, things are good.
You're fine. But you don't always want to keep telling yourself you're fine when you're not. So always keep good tabs on yourself.
But regardless, dude was a good dude. Gonna miss him, and hopefully we can continue doing some comedy in that space to honor
honestly,
him a little
he got
bit.
the ball rolling, and if we can keep it going, that'd be the only way to honor him.
Yeah, I mean, talking to Jordan, who's going to be on our Stand on Business show May 6th.
Yes, come.
Jordan was a good friend of his, and he might be taking control of that pretty soon.
Yeah,
so.
I think we should, try to. I feel really bad because I had that really bad set there, and then and I stayed in contact with Sam, but I was still kind of just upset at the whole idea of that place.
Yeah.
So I just sort of and so I just sort of put up boundaries and walls even with him, but I still talk to him. But I kind of feel bad now. It's I had a good chance to at least get to know him for a couple of weeks. Maybe it's a good thing because then if I did get to know him too much, he'd be gone. So
yeah.
But anyways, I think it'd be great to just keep continuing that and blow up the East Side, like you wanted to.
Yeah. Unfortunately, this guy's death was overshadowed by another death.
Yes.
And that's
on the same day, was it?
Or at least the day before or something like that. But ladies and gentlemen,
it's crazy. Both of these people had accusations against them.
Yes, and they were both.
And only one of them actually did it.
Yes.
And we're not going to say which one, but this other person we're speaking of, we're talking about OJ Simpson.
Yes.
He's dead. Oh,
the juice is no longer loose,
Super sad. Star football player, millionaire, murderer,
The funny thing is, me and you were close to the same age. We didn't grow up with OJ the football player, so our entire childhood was like this guy who's in court.
Yeah.
That's what the first.
No, me too.
I always remember OJ as the guy in court.
I did not know him as a football player,
and it's
it wouldn't be like who was it wouldn't be like if what's that one football player that does the Allstate commercials or something?
Oh, Peyton Manning?
Yeah, like if Peyton Manning killed somebody.
Oh, man.
He
imagine Peyton Manning killing somebody like that phase. That's great.
How he would deflate their he would deflate their life to nothing.
No, that would be Tom Brady.
Oh, shit. Okay. I'm sorry. I should not do sports puns.
Yeah. Nick
I'm
Cody is laughing right now. I can't believe you got the Deflategate wrong.
Yeah,
what about the replacement refs? Did you get that one wrong too?
Yeah.
The juice. So I watched the guys who made American Horror Story. They did another series called American Crime Story, where they reenacted the OJ trial and all the behind-the-scenes stuff. And Cuba Gooding Jr. played OJ.
Nice.
Cuba Gooding Jr. is also one of Diddy's pals that's been named in the
lawsuit.
It's
all connected.
Yeah.
I mean, it is actually all connected. Hollywood, they all know each other. It's sort of like, imagine Hollywood people are just basically like Seattle comedy people, but everybody knows who they are, And
the best part about that though was, you remember Ross from Friends?
Mm-hmm.
He played Robert Kardashian.
Oh,
Kim
I could see that. I
Kardashian's
could see
dad.
that.
But yeah, no, it was a good series. But the big thing that I took away from that was they were, because of the Rodney King thing and all the beatings and the riots, they basically had this pressure of like, we can't have this guy guilty or else we're gonna have another set of riots.
No, exactly. It was sort of like it was basically Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
That was just like, that was the Black Lives Matter is like that's like the hard copy.
Mm-hmm.
This is original Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
Rodney King.
That's the remake.
This is the reboot.
It's not as good as the original. Yeah, the Rodney King can't. And I just remember being a child and like every serious news story was a joke. Like can't we all just get along? Like, they always joked about this black guy that got beat up.
Yeah.
Like, that's on In Living Color, and the Bill Clinton and his all of his fun things that he did in the office. It's just like, oh yeah, we're just all just joking, like, hey, it's our president.
It was
He's
good
just-
times back
yeah.
then. Everything you could joke back then.
Yeah.
It was funny.
Comedy was good.
Comedy was alive
Yeah.
and well, and then George Floyd, he ruined comedy. Actually, that's what happened. George Floyd is the anti-comedy.
Yeah. And so is Kyle Rittenhouse,
Yes, that.
because he could have been a great comedian.
Yeah,
He just made one mistake. So,
he shouldn't.
but the thing is, I learned a lot about the law because of OJ.
Really?
Because I learned about, first of all,
You could be a lawyer.
Well, I mean, yeah, I can be.
What did you learn about the law exactly?
Well, I learned that there's a such thing as a criminal trial and a civil trial.
Yeah.
And I learned that he was guilty of the civil trial, but not the criminal trial,
yeah,
which is
that's so lucky.
yeah,
Like, that's
it makes no sense at all.
Yeah, I know.
Because
It's
it's
like,
like,
okay, you did murder, but
give us some money.
Just give us money. You're
yeah,
fine.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then you're good.
It was like,
And then the thing is, do you know why he went to prison?
isn't it because he like stole something?
So somebody had one of his jerseys that they
he
legitimately paid for.
Yeah, and he went and stole it. And
at gunpoint
Yeah.
with somebody. And
Yeah.
they like robbed him to get his jersey back, and he went to prison.
Yeah, so that's what he went to prison for. And then, of course, he wrote that wonderful book, If I Did Do
If
It,
I-
which I really
If I
feel like
Did
I
It.
need to read it. I don't know what
It-
like. He's like, what is he saying? Like, he's like, I didn't do it because I would have done it better.
Yeah. I
You know what? Maybe. Okay.
Look, the
if he's-
juice has got style.
If he's
right?
that much of a narcissist, maybe that he didn't do it because like he's so narcissistic, he's actually able to say like, no way, if I did do it, I would have done it way better. I would have.
All I know is, where's Kato, huh? Where is
yeah.
Kato?
I would have cut off her head and then put a watermelon on top and fucked it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I never understood, like, my wife watched a lot of those ID discovery things, and like there's always
That's every woman does that.
pretty much, but
Yeah.
like
Murder documentary.
relationships in general, like I love my wife, but I've never loved somebody enough to where I want to kill this person for you, like, and it like happens all the time to where like a woman is cheating with another man and she convinces the man to kill her husband, or it could be,
It's always a woman making a man do some crazy shit.
or a woman could kill the man's wife
Yeah.
because she's crazy too, which
Basically,
sounds like a keeper.
what we're saying is women are the worst.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm so grateful that I'm gay now. I'm actually coming out of the closet tonight. That's again.
He's on the market,
Again?
everybody.
I came out as Robin Good, but now I'm coming out again.
Well, there's only one way to be successful in comedy in this area, and that is you got to be one of the letters,
You do.
or one of the symbols. Either way.
I want to be the trans formerly known as man. The trans formerly known as woman.
The transformer.
We got a transformer.
Shout out. But yeah, I don't really have much to say about OJ other than like, yeah, he deserved to die a long time ago. I mean, he got away with murder. He got away with murder.
Yeah, there was that show on ABC, How to Get Away with Murder, and
Yeah.
they should have just played the OJ trial.
Yeah,
That should have
exactly.
been the whole show.
He's like,
ABC, you fucked up. When the writers went on strike, you didn't need to
Yeah.
postpone the show. You could have just put the OJ Simpson trial. This is how you get away with murder.
this is why your third quarter
Here's how you get away
fiscal
with murder.
returns are
Here's
not
how you
very
get away
good.
with murder. You beat up a poor black man, and then wait. I guess this is like
No, that was Rodney King.
yeah, I know. Like the poor
Okay.
black man had.
Okay.
Okay. No. Here's how you get away with murder. You have to be black, and you wait until the police beat up a black man. And if you're a rich black man, now you can kill somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you get
Well,
away.
that's why Will Smith slapped Chris Rock.
Yeah, I think so.
So, speaking of cucks, How about Adam 22?
Adam 22.
Shout out. So tell me,
You
Rob,
don't really know much about this
No,
guy.
I need to know. You said he's so
I listen to the No Jumper podcast.
I know
all the
that
time.
he is married to a porn star.
Yeah, he's more
This
married
is
to Lena
all
the
I know.
Plug.
And there was
He has
something.
a podcast called No Jumper. It started out as like a BMX podcast where you just do BMX people, and then it turned into this underground rap podcast. But he's also interviewed some very like mainstream rappers like Future or like Young Thug and stuff.
So
And
is this why he got popular? Is because he
yeah, the No Jumper
interviewed the rappers?
No Jumper podcast brought him blew him up, but then he's like he really likes doing what influencer stuff. So now of course what does he do?
Spin-off.
Porno spinoff. So he actually has I don't know much about it because I don't like this shit. So I just say like I like the show, but I kind of like him because he does all this shit. But it's like the show where it's almost like a reality show where there's like 9 guys, and then he's like, which one of them is gonna fuck my wife? And then we're gonna film it for you guys to jerk off to. And like and he's done like 3-ways and stuff, and it's just really kind of fucked up. But anyways, on everyone's like already kind of like, what the fuck, Adam 22? Like this is degenerate shit. And he's like, I just stand by what I do. And he's like, I've done 3-ways with my wife with a guy before. That there was recently it was the first one they ever put on OnlyFans. It was him and his friend with his wife. So it was a dude girl.
Mm-hmm.
They've done a lot of girl Adam 22 or wife girl Adam 22, but this time it was dude Adam 22 wife. And so people were like, whoa, this is getting weird, Adam. You're going down the gay way, right? So, and he's like, no, I know, blah, blah, blah. And I went, and then anyways, on April 1st, he puts out a post and he says, I forget, it's some prominently gay dude that's a friend of his, and he's like, you guys were right all along, we're gonna do a gay porno and it's coming out tomorrow or whatever. And then everyone got all mad about it, and they're like, oh, we knew you were gay, Adam 22. And then he's like, April Fools. And now Adam 22 is like mad that people were like mad at him, and it's like, what did you expect? It's just I just feel like I don't know, I feel like he's playing the gay. I play the gay card all the time, and I get banned from the Shanghai room. I feel like he's doing the exact same thing. He basically made fun of gay people by doing that. If you are gonna say you're doing a gay porn and then you don't, that's homophobic in my opinion.
Yeah, you need to follow through.
Yeah,
stand on business.
You need to stand on business.
Yeah.
If you're gonna say that you're gonna fuck your best friend, you need to. And he's gay, that's confusing to your friend. You confuse all these people. You need to do it.
Yeah.
I think that the woke mob needs to go after him until he apologizes by having sex with his friend and putting it on the internet.
I agree. Yeah, this guy reminds me, just the way you describe him, he reminds me of all those early reality stars when TV was starting to pop. Like, you remember, let's see, Heidi and Spencer. You remember them two? They were from like the Hills or
yeah. You're right. That's actually kind of a good take. I didn't really
look at that.
It's sort of like it's
every time I surprise this guy with all these.
You're seeing that's a good alignment. It's the internet version of the new reality stars.
Yeah, or I was gonna say Lindsay Lohan, but that's more of the female.
Yeah.
I'm
what was the
what's another male that was like kind of. I remember this guy that was friends with Paris Hilton. His nickname was the Greasy Bear, and apparently he was like this really rich dude. Like he was like a son of a billionaire, and he died of heroin. He literally like he had it all, and he ended up dying in a hotel because he got on that. He got on that
Ron. He got on the dog food.
He got.
What's they call
he got on that Alpo.
He got the dog food.
So, but yeah, I just can't imagine ever enjoying anything that this guy would do ever.
I just listen. I mean, honestly, I don't like him at all, and he's actually super boring too. He's very monotone and just and he's like he says like pop. He's like 39, but he speaks like in like kid talk. He's like bet. He's like bet on God for what's it like no cap, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't do it ironically, but he's super monotone, and I don't know, but he has grown on me because I do watch his podcast a lot because I'm just super interested in like hip hop, and I want to. So I like if like Young Thug's on there, or like you did an interview with like Six Dogs, under all these rappers that I'm interested in. I want to like Juice World, and I'm like, all right, I want to watch this, and then so he's kind of grown on me, but he's very very boring. He's very like. He just asked a lot of his questions. He asks is just like, so what drugs do you do, and like why, It's I don't know, but I'm just interested in it, but I don't want to know about his like. I don't want to see his dick.
Yeah, no, I don't want to see anybody's dick.
Yeah, I don't know. You don't want to see anybody's dick. I mean, there's
unless I'm getting a free spot at a comedy show, then
there's a Dejan. He's a new comic.
Like Louis C.K. I'd say go for it, bro.
Dejan said he's like, I believe in my dick like I believe in my comedy. He's like, I really do believe in my dick. And then I went up there and I was like, Dejan believes in his dick. I also believe in my dick. I'm like him, but I believe in my dick how like the Jews believe in Jesus. Like I believe my dick exists, but I don't believe it will rise again.
Hopefully not. That would be good. Yeah, let's move on. Adam 22. I mean, what else can we say about this?
No, yeah, I know. It's like get rid of that.
You know
fuck
what?
that
Just
guy.
in general,
I just think, what would you? I mean, have you ever, told all your friends that you're gonna fuck your friend? And
No.
Then gone April Fool. It's just, yeah.
I've never. I guess the one thing that I think
then got mad when they were like confused.
is this guy. Does this guy have like a bunch of merch and stuff too?
He probably does. I literally only watched like his podcast first show. I honestly, I wish I knew more about him. I should have actually learned more about him so that we could talk shit about him more. But I just think.
Oh, that's all right. We can have plenty of episodes dedicated.
Yeah. We'll have a whole Adam 22
sure
episode.
If we do that, then he probably is the kind of guy where somebody will send him our episode, and then he'll talk about us.
Yeah.
And then we'll just start this war.
Yeah,
with this
hopefully.
Adam
We can
22
clout chase.
guy. Yeah, exactly. That's our plan. But I guess in the topic of podcasts in general, I haven't been listening to a lot of the ones I normally listen to because it just feels like the same boring whatever.
It's good to grow.
I was really into the comedy ones, the
Yeah.
JRE and the Tom Segura and all that, but it's just been so much of the same. And also what I don't like is when a comic has like a special coming out, it's like how they used to be on all the TV shows at once. They're like all on the same podcast at once, and a lot of times they tell the same stories on the different.
Yes.
So
Oh man, I hate it when that happens. When I'm like, you get in the podcast rabbit hole and then you've heard the same story like 100 times. It's just really. It's like, okay, now I know this guy. That's his story. I don't need to know him anymore.
So this is why I'm listening to Juice World.
Oh, got him! I got him.
No, not yet, but I will.
Yeah.
I've listened to a little bit, but I just isn't he? Is he dead?
Yeah, he's dead.
He's dead.
Yeah.
How many rappers are dead? Wait, no, that's not a good question.
Yeah, we get a lot. How many rappers aren't dead? But we think they are. Like Tupac. He's alive.
How many people that are still listened to today? And I don't mean like who's still popular, who's not alive, because I feel like Mac Miller's still pretty popular.
Yeah,
like
Juice WRLD is still popular.
Juice WRLD, Lil Peep.
Lil Peep is still very
Lil
popular.
Peep. Who else? Nipsey.
Oh yeah, XXX.
No. Oh, Extension. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so how did he die?
He got shot.
Oh.
Yeah, there was like a shooting, but he was like saying he was gonna die. He's like, I'm exposing the Illuminati.
Yeah.
He's like, they put frequencies, they put vibrations in the music to make you fucking crazy. And he's like, they're gonna kill me for saying this shit.
I was just making sure we didn't
Oh yeah.
blow our booties out here.
But that's the best part is when I get all riled up.
Yeah.
That's like the
You just have to hold your mic.
yeah. Like you do, yeah, when you do your jokes like. I have 3 names for all my dads. It's my worst impression of you, but it's
I don't know what that was. Like.
that wasn't you at all.
It should be my next sentence.
Yeah.
Like, Monday.
My name is Stephen Mike
I
James.
just got it.
I was named after each one of my dads, I think.
I didn't even.
That's how I talk.
I was trying to do a different accent, and I got. This is what happens. I try to do one voice, and I always go.
I
another.
know, dude. My Australian accent always turns into like just a retard, basically. I'm like, oh, my, look at the crocodile.
There's certain words though, like if I say like Harry Potter, I can get into like Harry Potter.
Yeah. You know, there's actually a name for that. It's called like an entrance word or something. I don't know the exact. It's a but yeah, if you're actors who like if they're British and they want to and they like do an American accent for a whole movie, they have there's like a certain thing. There's a title for it. It's like called a generative word or an entrance word or something. So that there's a word that they'll like keep saying to the get, and they're like, okay, now I'm talking American.
It's really because I do my Shaggy or my Bill Cosby or something, and it's always like the same word. So, but what was I talking about?
We were talking about podcast people.
Oh yeah, and it's just it's and then rappers and what rappers are dead and all that. And, yeah, no, it's sad. A lot of people have died recently.
Yeah, I mean, people die every day, and now we have the internet. You know, it's like
sometimes I die on stage.
Yeah,
this is why I'm not doing comedy right now.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. You know, Sage, I just did a podcast with him, and he's like, you said you want to do a podcast with him at Whiskey Mount, but he said he's not doing any comedy for a while. So,
yeah, the comedy scene should be very happy that certain people are not doing comedy.
Yeah,
right
I mean,
now.
you know what? All the people got, like, they won in a sense. You know, I don't know what they won, really. They won their little shit pile of shit, and they can keep it. You know, I didn't want it anyways.
Yeah. Yeah, we, whatever. So, did you hear about Virginia lately?
Virginia,
so,
the secretary with the fat ass.
So did I ever tell you the story about my sister and all that? So just a quick recap. In 2013, my sister was 19 years old. She was technically a lesbian at the time, dating this girl. She disappeared. We all thought that she got kidnapped. We tried to call the airport. They said, we can't give you any info if she's over the age of 18. We went on to my mom's phone records and saw that because she paid for my sister's phone that she had called this number like a ton over the past few months. So my sister called the number, ended up being a guy. The guy bought a ticket for my sister to fly out to Virginia. And then she stayed out there and married him.
That's so, dude, he's praise Jesus. Praise Jesus.
His name is Basilio.
He fucked the lesbian out of her.
Yeah, and so
that's actually a great way to transition into the trans story.
So yeah, and she's lived in Virginia. I've actually never been there, but she lives in Norfolk. And the first thing that she told me, I said, "How's Virginia?" You know what she said? She said, "There's a lot of black people in Virginia." I was like, "You're from California." Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe she was culture shock at the time.
Yeah, I would never really think of Virginia. You know what it probably could have been is it could be the same amount of black people, but she just had an idea like Virginia's going to be a lot of white people, and then she's like, "Wow, there's a lot of black people here. Can't get away from them."
Yeah,
it's like, why did we bring them here if we can't get away from them?
I haven't been over there, but I do know that the population's a lot more dense, and so. You see a lot more different types of people all the time, you know, in that area. Whereas us, the first thing I noticed moving up to Washington was, damn, it's so white. It's really freaking white up here. Like,
it's too white, dude.
I'm used to a lot of Hispanic people.
It's way too white. And I don't like how white it is because it's so white. We were like confused about race stuff.
We don't even actually. Seattle doesn't really talk about race. It's all about gender these days.
Yeah.
It's like
gender's most important.
They can care less about the black man's struggles.
No, in
Seattle.
I mean, they don't care anywhere, honestly.
Well, they did in 2020, but that was
somebody was saying like the epitome of white male privilege is that you can become a woman. A white man can become a woman and like make you say they're a woman. That's like the epitome of white male privilege.
Yeah. Yeah, because I can imagine, like a white, two trans women get in a fight.
Two trans women walk in a bar.
They get into a fight. The cops come. They're going to go for the white trans woman story before the black trans woman story.
Yes, definitely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes.
100.
Keeping it
100.
100.
Yeah.
Because cops in Seattle stand on business.
Yeah, and honestly, I mean, I guess it makes me racist too, because when I'm like imagining a black trans and a white trans, I feel like I'm more hateful towards the black one.
I feel like you're gonna top the white one, and you're gonna be
the
bottom.
The black one's gonna be just too sassy. Just like, you don't do that to me, nuh-uh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, get out of here, black trans. Where's your?
Just imagine.
Take her to jail. I didn't misgender her.
Imagine if you called trans people just trans, just like you called Jew person Jew.
Hey,
like,
what up, trans?
Yeah.
Hey, trans.
Yeah. It's like calling a gay person gay. Hey, gay.
Yeah. Hey, gay. Hey, gay.
There's nothing better than when a gay person loves to use gay slurs, actually.
Oh, dude, I had a friend who, Ian, he was gay. And I actually knew him in high school, and like he played football, and he was like one of the cool like fake Wigga type people, you know. And then and he was just like super tough. And then I ran into him in Bellingham, and he was going to school up there, and I met him. I was like, Ian, dude, what's up? He's like, hey, he's like, I'm gay now. I was like, whoa, that's awesome. But anyways, he would,
just let you know.
He would always drop F-bombs. He'd be like, that guy's an F word. Like it was awesome. I loved it.
Yeah.
We would just like say gay slurs constantly, and like, but I actually I had to like break it off as a friendship because he started getting like. It was turning into like a weird thing. Like we became like really close, like good friends, but he was like obviously like gay about it, you know.
Yeah.
Like he started like crying if I didn't come hang out and stuff. I'm like, dude, we're not in a relationship, bro. Like I just think you're a good buddy, and like you act like a straight guy, but you're gay.
Yeah, sometimes I cry too.
Oh yeah.
Actually, honestly, I haven't really cried much in a while.
Yeah, I haven't cried in a long time.
I had many years where I did not cry at all. And
Yeah.
I don't know, probably had one of those fucking breakdowns during a fight or something like that. But back to Virginia.
I'm crying over this.
My
This is
sister
sad.
lives in Virginia. We were talking a little bit about trans people. So Virginia was one of the first states to ban trans participation in school sports.
Yes.
Which-
right. I'm happy. I'm happy.
Well,
Oh no.
I mean, there's really nothing we could say about it that hasn't been said on Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
But in 2021, they were one of the first ones to do it. And then I guess
reversed
just
it.
recently, just like a few hours ago, some federal judge reversed it because of a 13-year-old trans girl who wanted to participate in cross country but couldn't
Yeah.
because
Wow. Can you imagine like taking that all the way to the courts? Like
Yeah.
that 13-year-old boy is very like that's a nice
woman.
Yeah,
oh,
but anyways, that 13-year-old
girl.
that like if I was
Becky Pepper
Becky Pepper Jack Cheese Chins.
Jackson.
Becky
Pepper
Jackson.
Jackson. Becky Pepper
But-
Jackson.
That a 13-year-old picked that. That sounds like a cartoon.
Jack,
that sounds like a
son.
cartoon.
I like Pepper
Yeah.
Jack, son.
Hey, Becky Pepper Jack, son. Why is her last name Black?
Yeah.
Why is she? Oh my God, is she transracial too?
Whoa.
But yeah,
I feel like that's gonna be the next thing, you know.
Oh
like,
no, it is a thing
Because
already.
isn't it Rachel Dolezal?
Yeah. No, transracial is the thing. I mean,
Didn't she have an OnlyFans too? I don't know.
Oh,
We're
I hope-
going off another.
I hope
tangent
so.
there. I think she got fired
Could you
for having one.
let's end the pod right now. It's time
I
to
think she
time to get
did.
out of here.
I really think she
All
had
right.
an OnlyFans.
I'm gonna check that out.
But yeah, they reversed it. Which, what do you think?
Well, first of all, like I said, I think maybe picking that last name Jackson was the wise idea because the 13-year-old is like, I'm just gonna call them a he because I have to. I'm sorry. Okay. So I think he is just like super smart. He went with he's like, I'm a girl and I'm black because of the Jackson thing. So
Yeah.
he really played his cards right, and he's like, we're taking this to court. We're gonna litigate. So obviously he's white. And he's like, I would feel like that's like a champion. Like that, as a 13-year-old boy, if I could like literally just change things like magically like that, I give Becky Pepper Jackson mad props. Like Becky Pepper Jackson of Virginia, you are a 13-year-old boy's dream because you said you're a girl and you literally changed everything about your state. And
Yeah.
like, that's incredible. You are manifesting abundance, my friend.
That's Virginia is gonna be very proud.
Yeah, no, I just think that seems super. Like, you think about how much power you would feel like you had.
Oh yeah, I mean you changed.
As you
the
sat, as
you're
you
like they changed the law
as
and
you-
I
yeah.
changed it back.
Yeah,
Oh.
as you sat in your room,
Your inflatable chair.
Yeah, in your dress,
From Dress Barn.
looking at your Taylor Swift posters or something, like whatever you think 13-year-old. I wonder if Becky identifies as a woman or a girl. Is Becky identify as a 13-year-old girl, or does Becky think that Becky is a 40-year-old?
It's probably a girl, but
Oh yeah, because he wants to run on the cross country team. So
yeah, I would like to interview a trans teenager, actually, because I want to know. I have so many questions, because during that time, it's like when you're starting to get hair in weird places.
Yeah.
And like as a boy, you're starting to get a little more muscular, and your voice is getting deeper, and
Oh,
you're
also,
getting a little hair on your
when
how
you,
does that
like, yeah.
work when you're
When
going
you're-
through
yeah.
puberty and
when you get, like
transitioning?
when you're like in school and they like call you up to do a math equation, but you have a boner. Like now you're a girl with a boner. Like, I don't know. It just seems crazy. Like now girls get to experience having boners.
Yeah.
And that's just nuts.
Have fun with that,
Yeah.
ladies.
And I wonder if Becky, when he jerks off, does he call it flicking the bean, or does he say jerking off?
And what does Becky watch? And
Yeah.
and what is how did
And also, like, your parents have to go with you for all these things. So, like, do they get to see your dick and stuff while you go like to the doctor? And they give like are your
yeah,
parents?
I would be really like. I think I remember going to the doctor with my mom when I was older, and I was like, "Hey, can you step out while I do this part?" Like I don't even like it as an adult.
I
Like
wonder what Becky's parents. Now, okay, what would you do? Like, because I always think about this. You hear me, I do all this stuff where I'm like, I sound transphobic, and I'll misgender. But like, I feel like if I actually had a kid, and like
I do have a kid.
Yeah, no. So if your kid like came out and said, "I'm a man now," like, how would you handle that?
Yeah, that's interesting. Ultimately, me and my wife, we had this conversation. Said whoever she wanted to be, or we would accept that person. But
yeah, I would accept you as. Oh, go ahead.
But it's all about the parenting as well, and like explain, and it's all about explaining like this. A lot of what is I don't know. I don't want to go into a weird tangent on what is being trans and what isn't.
Yeah,
I would just basically
we don't technically know either.
Yeah,
We're
no.
living in our own mind.
I would just be there as the parent. I mean, we're gonna have that sex conversation early with her, so she knows.
I mean, I would just think like for me,
I think the less information, the worse that they're off. So
all the control that my parents implemented on me, and all the the amount I fought it, like I would just be like, I want to do the best as I can as a parent, and I would like do whatever like punishments, etc. But I would at the end of the day, like, you are your own sovereign being, and you're gonna grow up to be an adult, and you're gonna make your own decisions. And I'm gonna do the best to like show you what I've done and learned. And like, if you just say that's just the stupidest shit ever and fuck you, like that's totally your choice. You know what I mean? But until we get to that point, like, it's gonna be like this weird thing where I'm trying to teach you my ways, But like at the end of the day, I'll always respect whatever decision you make, even if it's to me the dumbest thing I could possibly imagine.
As long as it's not hurting anybody.
Yeah. Well, that's always that's a tough one too, because like people nowadays if I say faggot, someone that hurts somebody.
Yeah.
So everyone's getting hurt nowadays. So it's like, what is hurting somebody exactly?
Everybody's very sensitive.
Yeah.
Well, the one thing that I will just say is I understand why a man would want to be a woman, but why would a woman want to be a man? Because life is so much better for women. I mean, they just get whatever they want.
I know, and they're so hot.
Yeah.
And I just want
and
to
like
fuck 'em.
and like women like can choose who they want to be with.
Yeah.
Sometimes men have no choice. They have to get prostitutes.
Yeah.
Well,
that's a choice.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's their only choice.
I choose you, prostitute.
Because That's all I can.
Ain't nothing wrong with prostitute now and again.
No.
Especially these hot ones.
There was the radio show that I kind of volunteered on for a little bit. They had a little bit of involvement with the Bunny Ranch in Reno or Carson City. You know, the Moonlight Bunny Ranch.
Mm-hmm.
So the Bunny Ranch had a show on HBO for a while. It's called like the Cat House, and they would like film them and all that. But yeah, it was a very like all the women there all have a specific look. Like they look like they're from Carson City. And all the men that would go in there were usually like truck driver type guys or guys that look like they were about 45 and been through a couple divorces and had a kid way too young. And like a Raiders tattoo on their shoulder or something like
Raiders.
that. Shout out Raiders. Oh, they're in Vegas now. Oh, I didn't even. Yeah, all baseball. The A's are leaving California too. Oh my God.
California, everyone's getting out of there.
Where everybody's leaving.
Yeah. Well, there's no one that's going to play there, you know, because the minimum wage is too high.
We didn't even write this down, but basically, when I was a kid, there were so many sports teams in California. We had the 49ers and the Raiders in the Bay Area, and then for baseball, we had the A's and the Giants. And so now the 49ers have moved to Santa Clara. They still call themselves the San Francisco 49ers, but it's not San Francisco. There's no stadium in San Francisco that these football team is going to play. And the Raiders went to Vegas. And so now I hear the A's are going to Vegas. And they are going to play. Well, the city of Oakland cannot afford to pay for the upkeep of the team or the stadium. So
Oakland can't?
No.
You're kidding.
So they're going to Sacramento, and they're going to play for like 3 years at the AAA stadium there in Sacramento. And they're not even going to be called the Sacramento A's because they're like, we're not going to claim Sacramento.
Yeah.
So it's going to be like this weird thing where they're just like, we're the Athletics for the next 3 years until until they become the Las Vegas Athletics. At least this is what my understanding of the whole situation. But yeah, I mean, as soon as I left California, man, everybody just starts bailing.
Let's keep the delusions
Joe
of grandeur
Rogan
to
leaves.
to a minimum here.
So, but yeah, the trans thing.
Yes, trans.
So
trans. Take the black trans.
I mean, like I said, with my kid, I would definitely just try to educate her. I mean, ultimately, it is her decision, but I would at least wait until she was an older, not even, I wouldn't say an adult, but at least an older teenager. Yeah. That has
because
more
at
sound
the end
mind.
Of the day, like, and they always try to say like,
13 is not a good age.
And they always try to say like, oh, you need to get it soon because like, you know, it'll fuck them up but like, it's like at the end of the day, they're gonna be taking all these drugs and doing all these surgeries. It's gonna fuck them up no matter what. So like, you might as well just wait like 3 extra years.
Yeah, and like some of the physical, the surgery itself is even, I think, almost worse than the hormones. I mean, the hormones is bad because mentally, you know, obviously causes a lot of issues. But like I watched some TikTok video about some trans woman who had a surgery and had to put some plastic tube in there to like keep the shape. Yeah, and like every day has to put this plastic thing in there.
And so like that's another thing. Like,
sounds painful.
I feel like you know. I feel like the hardest, I wouldn't even, so, you know, you want to feel like a woman, but a woman doesn't have to do that.
No.
Like a real woman doesn't have to do that. So like, how do you feel like a woman if every day you have to like work on feeling like a woman?
Yeah.
I would always be like, so like even just that, it's just the whole thing. There's something that needs to be, you know, talked about here. And it's, I feel, you know, if even me saying stuff like this will get accused as transphobic, but it's like, it's really not. I'm just saying true things and like, if you want, but at the end of the day, like if that's what you want to do, then like that's great. I mean, I work with 2 trans people, and like I love them. They're super cool. Like they're good. They're homies, you know. Mm-hmm. But yeah, but it's just like, you know, it is what it is. And it, you know, it's kind of true. Like I won't go up to him and be like, you will never be a woman. But like at the end of the day, that kind of is true.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, I feel like growing up, we had these lesbians that were they were kind of trans before trans. I remember this one woman. She did call herself a woman named Chris, and I swear the first time I met her, I thought she was a boy because she had glasses, baseball cap. She
like that
always
one
wore, like,
SNL character, Pat.
Oh yeah, like it's Pat, like Chris.
Is that a banana in your pocket, or are you happy to see me?
I swear I thought Chris was a guy, and so that's been going on forever. It's just now it has a name and a different and a different label on it, and
right.
people, but Chris, I mean. Yeah, I mean, I don't.
Shout out Chris.
Shout out Chris.
Chris Pepper Jackson.
Yeah, Chris Pepper
Chris
Jackson.
Pepper Jackson, Becky's father.
You know, I would just imagine like son, daughter. Why would you pick the name Jackson? Oh, you know, Daddy, you know, like Alan Jackson. Oh yeah, Alan Jackson. Yeah.
I would think Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson, because Michael Jackson might have been trans too, man.
Dude, he was definitely transracial.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And that guy definitely molested those kids.
Oh, for sure.
Anybody who says he didn't, you think OJ was innocent as well.
Yeah. And well, the thing is, like, now people are like we know OJ did it, but Rodney King, guys.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's good that he killed those white people because of Rodney.
So, I guess in a closing statement on that whole thing, for me, I mean, if the biological gender of that person is like totally if the biological gender of that person the statistics of that person is like completely out of range of everybody else competing in that sport, I don't think it's fair.
Yeah.
So if we have like a trans person that's like a Leo Miller who's competing with women, I think that's fine.
Right.
Because Leo, you know, let him play with the girls.
He's a little bitch.
He's a short king.
Yeah.
Let him play with the girls.
Right. I think that we could just do it, and it could be the most like it's already unfair to just let any trans person come in. So they'll say that my idea is unfair, but fuck it, life's not fair. So we could literally just have we could create a whole new branch of government, and their whole job is just to like decide who's a woman and who's not. So you can go or who can compete, right? So like you go up there and you're like, I'm a trans woman, but I'm like only 120 pounds. You know, I have a penis, but I'm 120 pounds, and like I cry like all the time. Then they're like, okay, you can compete. And then someone else who's like, I'm a woman too, and they're like, sorry, you're not a woman. And we're the society of trans delegates.
Exactly. We delegate who is trans and who is not.
That would be cool. That would be such a cool.
I think they should just have a trans.
We need that branch of government.
Why don't they
right
just have
now.
trans sports leagues? You know.
Yeah.
Why
well,
not?
that's another thing. Like people brought that up with the bathrooms. Like, why don't we just have trans bathrooms? Like, that's transphobic. That's like, why don't we have black people bathrooms? Which, by the way, I think we should have separate. We should have white bathrooms and black bathrooms. But hear me out. The black bathrooms, like.
They're gonna have leather couches.
Yeah, it's gonna be
sure.
like not for
it's
what black people like.
It's gonna smell really good in there. It's gonna smell like cologne.
Yeah, it's gonna smell like cologne. There's gonna
sandalwood.
there'll be like a guy like selling like incense that smell like new car and Lambo, and they're gonna bump like like hip hop club
and
music.
There's gonna be bar soap.
There's gonna be like fat white
cloths.
bitches in there.
They don't use body wash. They use bar soap and
it's
washcloths.
Like so we're actually gonna separate the bathrooms, but not to get them away from us, but to like give them a nice to give them the best experience.
And then we're going to have a quota because there's only going to be a certain amount of white bitches allowed in the black bathroom.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they're never going to use the other bathroom.
Yeah.
So look for that, guys. Coming to...
separate bathrooms, please. Segregation. Bring it back. Segregation, but good this time.
And then the Asian bathrooms are going to have... they're all going to have like these really strong... they're going to have the smart toilets. They're all going to have smart toilets, but they're all going to be stacked on top of each other.
Wait, whose
so
bathroom is that?
the Asian ones.
Oh, yeah.
So
they love that.
Let's see. The Indian bathrooms, well...
that's just going to be... You know what the
That's
Indian? No,
the
you
most- that's the horrible
Yeah,
thing
no, the
ever.
Indian bathroom. The Indian bathroom is just gonna be. It's just gonna be a hole in the ground with just beer cans littered all around, and there'll be like a dead. There'll be a dead Indian corpse in there.
Oh God. I have heard Indian people say that India is a very dirty country, though. So this is coming from the source. I can't say
Yeah.
who, but they know who they are.
Yeah. See, I was talking about Native Americans. That's why I said the beer cans alcoholism.
I was just like
It's funny.
IPAs, you know.
Yeah, it's
India?
funny. We were talking two different. Sometimes you gotta.
We need to get a native on here because I really have a pet peeve. I have a problem with Native Americans using the term Indian because it's like, guys, it's dumb. Like, what's your problem?
Yeah.
We're not allowed to use the R word.
Yeah.
You can't use the I word anymore.
Yeah. Well, I don't. Yeah, it's like I don't know. It is kind of weird. That's the one political correct thing that I stand by. Like, we should just call them Native American. I call them Indians just because I try to be as politically incorrect as possible. But
Yeah.
It is confusing. We literally just got confused there with
Yeah.
it. So I think that's one of the times you should be politically correct so that there's no confusion.
Yeah, because India. Okay.
Yeah. India has the six-armed lady.
Oh my God, we've been going for almost an hour.
All right.
We didn't even talk about.
We can
GTA.
skip that. Fuck it. I think this is a good one. I think we can.
Do you feel better about this one than the Sage one?
Oh, definitely. I feel like I was less manic. Sage was like,
Yeah. Well, either way,
But I
we still do comedy sometimes. I'm
not gonna do
we
it.
are
Comedians.
with the gestures and the. Let's try some different voices here for a minute. Let's see. I have a couple voices. Of course, I could do Shaggy. It's like, gee, man, Mike, I think you should go to stand-up business.
Oh, that was tough.
Yeah, that one was a hard one to.
that was
my throat's dry. I do this voice. It's kind of a creepy old man voice, but I have to start, and I say puff on it. It's like the word puff. It just gets that voice. So it's like this. It's like puff on it. Puff on it. It's a little bit of Cartman, a little bit of old man.
Yeah. It's nobody. It's Steven. It's just your.
I do a lot of voices.
It's you jerking off to porn. You're like pivot.
So this is Bill Cosby giving advice to Donald Trump. You see what
All right.
grab her in the pussy.
All right. That was good.
And then I do an impression of my friend Jeff.
Oh, great! They're gonna love this one.
He's like, "Hey, this is what I talk like."
Dude, that's so Jeff.
Shout out Jeff.
Yeah, wow. Jeff is that? Oh, wow. What's going on?
Let's see. Can we do? Oh, you do a good Dino Dad impression.
I can't. I can't do it right now.
Okay, we're on the spot.
Every time I do it, I'll send it to you, right?
Yeah.
But I'll do like 4 before I do it because I can't quite
Yeah.
get it. I'm like, just like, oh, divorce! I got a divorce today. Oh, my wife, she gave me a divorce. I said, why are you giving me a divorce? I'm a funny guy. That's why I do this room show. I'm a fun guy.
I just want to do this. Like, I don't know why this makes me think of that.
Yeah.
Hey.
I don't know divorce. My mother.
Let's see. I haven't seen Ryle Smith in a long time.
How's the sound?
Yeah, we still going? We're still. Hello. Are you talking?
Yeah.
We're still going.
Okay.
Ryle used to do this thing. He'd be like, so, how about those portion sizes? Just fucking laid back and, yeah, I don't know. Femi, yes.
Scott Coburn. I can't really do Femi.
Yeah, what's up? Yeah, okay.
They got transform.
All right, I think this pod is, we did an hour.
It was good.
We didn't do comedy,
chill,
but
chill.
we are comedy.
We are comedy.
Instead, we're going to kill some brain cells.
Yeah.
Stand-up business, May 6th, Central
Yeah,
Saloon.
put the ticket stuff in the thingy.
Yeah, link in the description. Like, subscribe, follow us, and get ready, because we got some big stuff coming. You don't know what it is, and I don't know what it is, but it's coming. All right.